Welcome back to the 2016 Great American Conference Volleyball Championships presented by Subway. I'm Paul Smith. Michael Westbrook and Joey McWilliams will be along momentarily. Well, we've got one semifinal matchup set. It'll be Southern Nazarene and Ouachita Baptist in the early one. Now we go to the business of figuring out who will fill the late one. And we'll find out here in just a minute which team will advance to that matchup. And the question remains, will it be Harding stampeding the Bisons all the way to the semifinals? Or will the Storm be Savage? Michael, Joey, the call is yours.
How do I possibly follow that, Paul? I don't know. Okay, Paul, thank you very much. As always, fantastic job. Well, let's get down to it here, Joey. It's the 1-8 matchup, and it features the Harding Lady Bisons, who are entering the tournament as the #1 seed for the 4th time in 6 seasons. Only 6 years of history to look back to in the Great American Conference. And on the flip side of that, for the 2nd year in a row, Southeastern has a tall task ahead of them. They are the 8th seed for the 2nd consecutive season.
Well, this year, though, as the 8th seed, Southeastern comes in a little bit differently. You have to think about that, Michael, because they're coming in having won 5 of their last 6 matches. So really coming in hot and ready to see what they can do against the top-seeded Harding Lady Bisons. Having a hard time getting over that Savage reference, aren't you, Michael?
I am, yes. But it was very well played, almost as well played as the sweater vest today from Paul. Always bringing his A game there. Meredith Fear, the head coach of the Harding Lady Bisons in her 5th season, 147-78 all time. They are 21-7 this season, 12-4 in conference play. Brianna Berry, the head coach for Southeastern Oklahoma State in her 3rd season. There she is on the screen along with her assistant coach. 38-53 the record. They enter this season's postseason play at 13-16, 6-10 in conference action. Well, for the Harding Lady Bisons, you know without a doubt we will be talking about number 10 quite a bit. Zoe Harden, Defensive Player of the Year, and more importantly, the Player of the Year in the Great American Conference for Harding in the white uniforms today.
I think you're going to talk about her, but she's not the only one you're going to see out there. Of course, number 10, don't be surprised to hear that name often, and it'd be a part of the defensive game plan for Southeastern, but also consider Abigail Glossop as one of the players you're going to talk about quite a bit as well, and senior Sarah Smith, fellow seniors, a couple of seniors that have been a part of this program along with Bianca Trevino for 3 years prior to this. I mean, it's not just senior leadership that Coach Meredith Fear has on her side. She has seniors that are 4-year seniors there. It's that they've gone the whole route. They came in, they've been a part of the program, and look on there really quickly, Michael. See how many transfers you can find. I see one on the entire roster, and she just brings them in. That's the way that she runs the program there. They come in as freshmen, they learn how to get it done.
And Alyssa Benson has been around for a while for Southeastern. She was the Week 1 Player of the Week, the setter for the Savage Storm. More on her in just a moment. The first serve of this contest will come from Taylor Lake. Again, Harding is in the white uniforms, the top seed in the Great American Conference Volleyball Tournament presented by Subway. And on the other side, it's the 8th seeded Southeastern Oklahoma State in those multicolored uniforms. Black being the primary color with that blue and gold as well. And Southeastern has the first point.
Yeah, Cavalcante, Corinne Cavalcante, one of 6 seniors on this Southeastern squad, able to get the ball going. That time, a little bit different result.
Cavalcante, Benson, Baker, Carter, Jamison, Benford, and Cosby for Southeastern. Meanwhile, it's Glossop, Smith, Hoon, Hardin, Nolan, Reeves, and Lake. Of course, that's 7 players mentioned from each side. Only 6 on the floor as they sub in the at the very beginning.
Quick math with Michael Westbrook.
That's right. Executed to perfection that time, I might add. 1-1 here in the early going as we start to settle in. And the serve coming from Cavalcante. On the left side there, a hard swing from Nolan. Well played by Southeastern to get it back across. That's down and in for Harding.
Well, you know, and it really was. Jamison, a great job after Benson kept it alive. Jamison gets it over the net. Southeastern trying to get back into position on defense, and just that open spot there in the middle.
Serve from Nolan. Set Hardin. Dig from the back row, Cavalcante.
I think that went off Baker's head.
I think you're right. Trevino made an effort at it. Bianca Trevino off of her right arm. And Southeastern leads 2-3 here in the early going. Glossop setting Hardin in the middle. Hardin right back. Watch for Julia Benford to be a key player for Southeastern along the middle. That one is out. Missed it wide, and it's 3-3. Serve will come from Hardin. She's looking towards Coach Fear to decide where this serve will be played to. Dig by Southeastern. And this time, wow, that's one way to get a dig.
That's self-defense. Well, Harding right now has Southeastern back on its heels. And Clayton again. Erica Costain trying to keep things going for Southeastern, but that hit by Benford sent long.
That was a long point right there.
It really was.
Early on, maybe the winner of those carries some momentum.
And
too much from Abby Jamison.
Well, you're going to see strength from Southeastern. Really will attack the net. Jamison, as well as both Benford and Baker.
Zoe Hardin to serve again. Gets it to Costain. That was Benson for a moment. A lot of play at the net there. Sarah Smith across. From the back row, Nolan right back to him. Smith again, a dig from the back. And Cavalcante. Big wind up from Jamison. And she was in the net.
Was in the net. They're gonna get Smith on that one, the senior, and you're right. I like the defense from Benford right off the bat. She's going up solo.
You see Emily Clayton, who just checked into the contest, right there. Hits it long. She's got that left leg all wrapped up.
Clayton's already had 4 attacks. That one goes a little bit long. And a great serve from Cavalcante. Or excuse me, Jamison.
Jamison with a service ace. Ended the regular season with 22. Southeastern has a lead in the early going, 6-5. And now it's tied up at 6 again. Good effort from Cavalcante, but couldn't come down to make a play on that one. A lot of strength on the swing on the attack. Abigail Glossop to serve. Stop at the net, back on the Harding side. We see the libero, Taylor Lake. Glossop across the court to Clayton. And another violation this time. It's going to give the point to Harding.
I'll tell you what, it's like Clayton came out with a quota. She has to attack from that left side, and she is sending it across.
Goes to the libero, Caitlin Cosby, and now Costain. Glossop setting Smith, and that one is out. Harding is saying it was deflected. And we've got the first challenge issued here. Talked about it a lot during our first 2 matches, but it's the first opportunity to bring it up here. The new challenge system in place for tournament play, the challenge review. Each coach is allowed 3 opportunities throughout the match to challenge a play, but there are only certain things that they are allowed to challenge, a net fault being one of them, an antenna call or a line call or a touch call, which is the case here. That's the challenge taking place right now, and so Coach Meredith Fear challenging whether or not the blocker Julia Benford touched that one prior to it going out. We've seen some close ones today already. This is going to be another one. Strong swing from Sarah Smith. From that angle right there, it looks like it went right in between the hands. But I don't know, this might show us something a little bit more.
Well, we have the different camera angles, and that's tough to see from this angle if it touched Benford or not. Might be from.
Well, I said earlier I wasn't going to make a call, but I thought that one went just straight through her hands.
It doesn't look like her hands move any at all with the momentum of the ball coming through, taking a finger back or bending the wrist at all.
That's going to give you a good look at it right here.
I think so. And I think if anything else, well, that looked like it went right through.
That's 3 points. It was good.
Maybe, if anything, it grazed a thumb, but I would say inconclusive.
All right, so the call is going to stand there.
And the official did use the word inconclusive, so inconclusive evidence. And so far, Michael, on the challenges here in the tournament, coaches are 0 for 4.
Sure, yep. Yeah, again, to me, my opinion doesn't matter a lot, but it looked like it just went right through her hands. So we're tied at 7.
I think it says, and it does make a statement to the officiating as well. They seem to be doing their jobs well.
Absolutely. Cavalcante on the serve there that time, and Southeastern leading 8-7 against the top-seeded Harding Lady Bisons.
I have to wonder if something like this wears at a team too. I mean, you know, you've got Zoe Harden, whose numbers really speak for themselves as the way she's played this year and her kills and what she's done on defense. And think about the game plan right now. As Clayton's going to take a seat, she comes out. What she's doing on that outside is just going at the defense over and over and over again. And I think in time it starts to wear that defense down.
Abby Jamison there on the attack a moment ago. Just hit it too long. This time Southeastern is able to get this one inside the lines for the point. Southeastern holding on to that 1-point lead, 9-8. Now Julia Benford to serve, and it goes to Taylor Lake. Diving effort by 2 Savage Storm players, Benford along with Jamison, neither one coming up with it. We're tied at 9. Benford will go out for just a moment.
Went off Baker's hand. Looked like Benford might have had an opportunity there, but Baker redirected it. And that one goes long.
It was a hard swing, though, that's for sure, from Cavalcante. Well, actually, Joey, they say it was deflected out.
Okay.
It's a point for the Savage Storm. So that gives them an advantage at 10-9. Try to set Zoe Harden. And a good dig from Cosby. Now Cavalcante over the blockers. Who's going to come up with that one? A little miscommunication there for Harding for a moment. Now Baker. Ariana Baker on the attack and the kill.
Lots of effort that time, but I could have let that one go. Southeastern with an early lead, and you know, we saw this in our previous match.
Yeah, we sure did. The 2-seed Ouachita and the 7-seed Arkansas Monticello had to go to 5 sets. Ouachita was able to win 15-13. Well, that one was out, but the line judge says that it was deflected out, and so that's going to give Southeastern another point. They lead by 3, much to the dismay of the 6 players on the floor for Harding.
Exactly, because Lake and the rest of them said, I didn't touch it. Did you touch it? I didn't touch it.
That one misplayed. Harding out of order right now. Able to send it across on the 3rd hit. Benson, cross-court set. Cavalcante through the block and down for the point. This is a 4-point Southeastern lead, and Harding wants a timeout. 13-9, Southeastern leads Harding. We're back in just a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Well, the Southeastern Savage Storm leading by 4, 13-9 against Harding. This is the 8th seed. Registered 6 conference wins to go along with 10 losses. Under third-year head coach Brianna Berry. She was a 4-year starter at Florida State. Another one of these coaches in the conference with an incredible resume. Building a program over the last several seasons. Just to stay in this one right now, it has to give her team some confidence.
I think so, and you look at the statistics and find out they're getting their good defense right now. Harding is still attacking, and there's another one of the attacks, and they get the point this time. Southeastern prior to that, and right now with 14 digs, there's Coach Berry.
And that was Emma Reeves off the right side a moment ago for Harding, putting them in double figures at 10. Hustle play from Harding, but not able to make anything happen out of that one. So again, back to a 4-point advantage for the Savage Storm. We have a sub here. Erica Costain is back in. Christy Carter will take a seat. Cavalcante will serve.
Yeah, that was Baker with the kill, and Benson with the set, the assist. By the way, 2 of the league's top 4 assist leaders in the conference out here on the court today. As you see, Benson, she's 4th in the league in assists for Southeastern. And for Harding, Abigail Glossop. Comparable numbers. Really the only difference is the fact that Harding's played a lot less sets.
Costain is blocked at the net. Abigail Glossop and Zoe Hardin.
Benson, one of 4 players in the conference coming into the tournament, having registered more than 1,000 assists. She had 1088 coming in.
She's been a great player for Southeastern the last several seasons.
She's going to get another one there.
Her team's out to a 16-11 lead on what's been a slow start for Harding so far.
2 or 3 years ago, Michael, I might be surprised at this score in the early going. Not right now. Not the way the conference has really done well. And actually, I like the way that Coach Fierce said it coming into the season. This is a team in Harding that won the conference championship, and we'll talk about that a little bit more after this break. Timeout for Southeastern.
Yeah, Southeastern leading by 4, but wanting to slow things down just a bit. Yeah, it was 3-0 in the regular season for Harding. This will give you a chance to conclude your point here, Joey.
The point being that Harding has got to share the conference crown, got the top seed in the tournament. Now, this is a team that last season finished 5th, and in the preseason poll was picked to finish 5th once again this season. Now, part of the reason that Harding did get that 5th place finish last year was a young group, a young Harding team for Coach Fear. But she was making the statement about the conference and the quality of competition in the conference in the preseason, and say, you know what, it's nice to see that any team can do well, any team can play well. There are 5 or 6 or 7 teams that can play well. Now, that's not good if you're used to being in the top 2.
Right.
Which Harding has been used to being up near the top, and she smiled about it. I mean, it was in good humor, but they've, even that having been said, with all these teams that are capable of winning, Harding's found a way to get back.
And one of the teams that's added to the increase in competition is Southern Nazarene and Coach Kevin Ingram, who you see on the screen right now. His team has always been good, but in the last couple years, they've now been eligible for postseason play. And there he is with Danny Prescott, the head coach of Ouachita. Those two gentlemen, fine coaches, just carrying on a casual conversation about maybe the semifinals. I don't know.
Well, they're going to be on opposite sides tomorrow.
16-12 out of the timeout. Southeastern with the lead, and they'll add one more to it as Bianca Trevino collided with her teammate. Neither one of them able to come up with it. 17-12 as we see this again.
And again, a nice skill by Benford.
Benson sets Benford, tried to push it to the back row. Glossop setting Smith in the middle. Now Benson again will push it over. 5-point Southeastern lead. Clayton out of position there, so she's going to get the point.
Hit the
Outside
antenna.
of the end, yeah. I think Benson's, I don't know if she's shaking her head to say, no, that's not what happened, or maybe, no, I'll do better next time. I don't know.
Got it over,
yep,
and off the antenna and in. Basketball season's gotten underway in the GAC and gets underway tonight, as a matter of fact, in conference play, but you can't call the bank shot in volleyball.
Yeah, the women's game's probably nearing halftime at this point. Most of them, 5:30 start. All of them, in fact. Smith cross court to Clayton.
Double hit.
Okay. Well, this is a 5-point lead for Southeastern. Cavalcante back in to serve, will replace Costain.
You know, the biggest thing, Michael, for these teams at this point, really, with the improvement top to bottom in the conference, is simply to get into the postseason.
Right. Benson will set Benford.
She's going to be in the, oh, it's a double hit. No, I think she was in the net. No, I take that back. Double hit's the call, but Benson plays so close to the net anyway. She's good for at least 2 of those calls for a match anyway around. The reason I say that, how important is it to get here? Southeastern, the 8th seed, a 4-point lead right here in set 1.
Good play by Glossop. Put the press row back in order, please, Joey.
Yeah. Took out the tables where we are.
You were saying?
Well, you have to get here. And the simple fact of the matter is this: Southeastern's found a way to get here this year, found a way to get here last year, but the route that the Savage Storm has taken to get to the tournament won't apply next year. As we look at the replay right here, we'll get to that point in just a moment.
Cavalcante down the line and past a diving Harding player, making it 19-14, and a service error gives a point right back to Harding.
And Michael, here's why it won't work. Southeastern finished 9th in the standings this year, finished 9th in the standings last year, but was able to get in as the number 8 seed because Oklahoma Baptist still in the transitional years, and they're going to make it through. I don't think it's out of line at all to say I don't see how Oklahoma Baptist doesn't finish strong in this 3rd year of transition, make it into officially an active member in Division II starting next season, which means that the Lady Bison are going to be a part of this playoff if they continue playing the way they do. And they finished, tied for 3rd place this year, would have been the number 3 seed.
Their history would say they're going to finish
exactly
somewhere in that top 4, 5, and be right here in the mix. So you're right.
Which means for Southeastern, not, that it's not a program that's growing and doing well under Coach Berry. It means it's going to have to take that next step up in order to get to the postseason. You can't get in as the number 9 seed next year, or the number 9 team.
That's right. Makes it even harder for those at the bottom as well, below 8. Harding with the point. Emma Reeves making it 20-17. Well, when they played each other during the regular season, it was in Searcy. That's a tough place to play. And the first set was very close. Harding 25-22, and then Harding woke up. They ran away with the next 2 sets. I'm not saying this first set is over yet, but how will Harding react in the next sets is going to be key if Southeastern can finish this one off. They're 4 points away, up 21-17.
And a great job by Jamison to get up right in the middle of the court, just redirect it.
Cavalcante to Poon, and now this is going to be from the left side, Nolan. Benson sets in the middle, diving effort, no. Southeastern with another point.
And you're going to see that from Baker and from Benson to Baker often on the quick set. Benson can set all places, but that quick set, look for that to go to Baker often.
Glossop maybe out of position on that one. Benson has it to Cosby. Chance for Southeastern. Benson will set. Jamison down for the point, off of the block. 23-17, Southeastern with the lead in set one against the top seed in the conference who had only 4 losses. A strong swing. That one never made it over the net.
No.
4 hits for Harding. It's set point at 24-17 for the Savage Storm. And Cavalcante will be the server. Serve to the back row. Glossop steps in to set. Cavalcante the dig. And it's going to be 4 hits as well for Southeastern, making it 24-18. Second set point, Harding serving, Alex Nolan. Well, I'm surprised. I'll say it.
No.
Paul Smith, the third member of our crew, will have an interview with one of the Ouachita players at the end of this set. Please stay tuned for that. Still set point for Southeastern. Glossop sets Hardin. Dig by Cavalcante. And it's an important one. Costain on the attack. She has the point. Southeastern 25. Harding 18 in the first set. Got to win 3, but it's still a very important first set for the Savage Storm. And let's head to the third member of our crew. As promised, here's Paul Smith.
Well, thank you, Michael. I'm here with Corey Bullard from the Ouachita Baptist Tigers volleyball team. First things first, congratulations on a big win today.
Thank you so much.
You played a really tough match against a very good UAM team, but it kind of seems like playing tough matches in this tournament is something you guys do a lot.
Everybody's a tough game in this tournament. Everyone comes out and brings their big guns out. So.
Well, you know, we talked with Coach Prescott about this a lot. It seems like the OBU team has always had a lot of fight in it, but this year it seems like you guys flipped a switch and really turned it on when you needed to.
Yes, sir. We our drive this year is going with passion and going all out, and so we want to do that all tournament as well.
Now, most student athletes that are sitting here will play one sport. That's not you. First team all-conference volleyball, Crafton Tull Elite Scholar, and pretty soon you're going to be on the hardwood playing basketball too.
If you had to be honest, my basketball coach, he's the only one that might have been rooting a little bit against us tonight. They're starting conference up at home tonight, so.
Do you think Coach Crowder's thrown his jacket yet?
You know, we're winning right now. I'm keeping up with it on my phone, so probably coming soon, but not yet.
Well, we'll hope he keeps the laundry together. Anyway, you've got a tough match tomorrow against Southern Nazarene. You know, what kind of thoughts are going through your mind?
Getting rest tonight and getting our minds focused. They're a great team, and just coming out strong tomorrow as a whole team and going for it.
Well, congratulations on the win. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Southeastern Oklahoma wins the first set here. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just a minute. This is the GAC Sports Network.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home, but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
All right, so the first set in the books, Joey, and a bit of a surprise for some folks. 25-18, the 8 seed leads 1-0 against the number 1 seed in the tournament. And again, Harding is entering this tournament as the top seed for the 4th time in 6 years. They have laid claim to 1 conference tournament championship. That was when they hosted in Searcy. It has been several years. 2012 is when that occurred. And Southeastern will have the first serve. What did you take away from that first set?
Well, first, I think if you're not wearing blue and black and gold right now, you're probably surprised. Because, I mean, seriously, I mean, you know what Harding can do, and you saw the sweep to be during the regular season match, so there's probably a little bit of a surprise there. I think what I take away from it is just the solid defense played by Southeastern. I mean, Harding did not let off the gas, attack, and Southeastern able to come up with 26 digs. And actually had a pretty good hitting percentage as well. 273 in the first set, led by Cavalcante. 6 kills, 1 error on 10 attacks. She hit 500. And Erna Baker, 2 for 3, 667. So I think they hit the ball well, and they played solid defense, and that made all the difference. By the way, Benson with 17 assists. Looking at Harding's numbers really, really quickly, Glossop had 9 assists. Diggs spread out throughout all the players. And a good hitting by Emma Reeves, 3 kills on 7 attacks.
Well, there's a kill from Cavalcante, 7th in the conference at just over 3 per set. But, you know, I was impressed with her defense, too. She was able to have several digs as well.
Yeah, she had 3, 4 apiece from Benson and Carter and Jamison, and Cosby had 8.
That one is out, and what a play from Alyssa Benson, falling down to make sure she stayed away from that one.
You know, Michael, honestly, I mean, if you're Southeastern, you have to be pretty excited about not only the win in the first set, but just the way it happened. Nothing fancy, just came out and kept the ball in play.
Harding up 3-2 in this one. Karini Cavalcante, and that serve goes out. I thought the score was wrong as well, and Brianna Berry is asking about that. Yeah, 3-3.
Wow.
It's the right score. Somewhere along the way, that second,
yes,
third point got mixed
I think it was the 4th point that got sent to Harding, the one that Benson got out of the way on the scoreboard, but
what a block.
Harding gets it back off great defense as well.
Emily Clayton and Zoe Harden. In addition to Player of the Year, Harden was Defensive Player of the Year. First team All-GAC selection in both of her seasons at Harding. She is only a sophomore. Tracking it down well outside the line was Alex Nolan. And now Benson in the middle. That's a hard swing that time from Jamison, but a dig by Harding. That one falls in no man's land. Point for Harding.
It's just good placement again. Harding coming in. Again, 12-4 in conference play, having won 8 of the last 9 matches and actually had a 7-match winning streak before that being cut short against Arkansas Tech. Rivalry match there in the next to the last match of the season, and then they defeated Monticello to secure a share of the conference crown.
Emily Clayton, honorable mention, All-GAC selection from the outside with the point. Harding leads 6-3. They've got the last 3. That one into the net.
You know, by the way, Clayton had come out with that wrap around her leg in the first set. It's not there now. We saw this, actually saw this a little bit earlier today as Sharon Tukuakoga, I messed that up, I'm sorry. Sorry, Sharon. But she also had the wrap and got rid of it in the second and third sets.
The effort was there.
It was.
But you're right, yeah, she did.
Tukuakoga.
Didn't we see a libero a couple of years ago that switched jerseys for Southeastern, in fact?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so maybe there's, you know, some sort of, I don't know, something there to try to throw the other team off. Maybe that's what the wrap was all about. Off of the block, deflected off of Harding. That's Abby Jamison, who gets credit for the kill.
Quite a season as a freshman. She's just a sophomore for Southeastern.
Her serve goes to Nolan.
And you know, how many times have you said that about Harding players? Quite a season as a freshman.
Yes.
He's got that with Harding right now. She's a sophomore, and hey, just player of the year in the conference.
Yep. Well, she had just incredible numbers. She was a 4-time player of the week. 3 times on defense and once on offense. 8-5, Harding advantage. Benford in the middle has it sent right back to her. Now Costain off the block, point Southeastern.
See Costain after getting that point. Carter coming in to serve. One of those players you see this often on teams, a player that really is a specialist.
Sophomore from McKinney, Texas.
Yeah, put it into play.
Hits it to Clayton. And Clayton goes along with that one. Not touched by anybody. Point for Southeastern. They're back to within 1 at 8-7. Carter with 18 service aces this year, only 16 service errors. You don't see that combination a whole lot where a player has more aces than they do errors. Cavalcante. Now Glossop will set Reeves.
I don't think it went over the net.
Nope.
Apparently it did. It was blocked out. I apologize.
Our view at times is blocked.
Yes.
Benson diving to keep it going. To Glossop, and now the libero Lake. And she had a double hit that time. 2 hits from Taylor Lake. There's Meredith Fear, the head coach. We talked on the other side about Brianna Berry a moment ago. Well, Meredith Fear had quite the college career as well, having played at Harding. She was their libero from 2004 to 2007. Team up by 1 here in the second set. Southeastern took the first set. That one too strong.
Michael, it happens every so often in different sports where a university is able to have a player come back home and to be able to coach there. And it often is the case, you know, that player is thrilled to be back to be able to coach for his or for her alma mater. What a coup that Harding was able to do and able to get Meredith Fear as the coach. She has done a fantastic job in her time.
And you know, we give stats about the players entering the tournament. Coach Meredith Fear is pregnant right now, and her husband, by the way, is the assistant coach, so little family stats for them. Robert Fear, the assistant coach, and he's the one standing up right now, encouraging his team as Meredith takes a seat on the bench. It's quite the family sport, I would say.
Yeah, you know what? It's just indicative of Harding. I mean, how many times do you hear about a Harding player, whether it be volleyball, basketball, football, you know, soccer? We recently had the Sutherland sisters playing in soccer, and the theme being family.
Right.
That one player played here. Well, why did you come to Harding? Because there were 2 or 3 of my sisters and brothers that played here as well. I mean, it really is a family thing, and take it even to the next level with coaching.
Don't forget John Ireland, the men's soccer coach, has 5 of his siblings played soccer for Harding. So 6 of the 7 children in all. Southeastern down by 2 at 12-10. Benson serving. And it has been a year already for Harding again, claiming tournament championships in men's and women's soccer, and then the outright conference championship in football. You mentioned basketball starting up tonight, and Harding is hosting tonight, but they also have a big football game they're hosting on Saturday in the NCAA Division II playoffs against Central Missouri.
Yeah, they do. First Security Stadium, Harding throwing the number 3 seed in the Super Region. They're going to host that playoff game again. That's Saturday, 1 p.m. is when kickoff is slated for against the MIAA's Central Missouri, the number 6 seed.
I always love this time of year because with so much going on, it brings the entire GAC together, where normally we're listening to the football game before one of these volleyball matches take place on that Saturday.
And yeah, we'll be doing it again.
Yeah. This one continues to go back and forth. Harding is holding on to that 2-point lead, but nothing is established yet in this one. Glossop, what a play. Abigail Glossop. She's a setter and academic All-American, multiple times honorable mention All-GAC selection this year.
Well, that's just a lot of effort right there. Glossop winds up getting the point. Cosby, as Coach Berry takes the timeout, had the pancake dig. Benson couldn't repeat the effort, and a great point for Harding.
14-11, Harding leads in set 2, trailing 1-0 here on the GAC Sports Network.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford. So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
There you see Southeastern Oklahoma State, the Savage Storm. They lead 1-0 against Harding, trailing set 2, 14-11. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith from Bank of the Ozarks Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's the 2016 GAC Volleyball Tournament presented by Subway. Hey, having spent some time living in Durant, big shout out and hello to all those folks in Durant. Probably have some friends of ours listening in. And
quite possibly.
Yeah, 2009 to 2013. Got the opportunity to live in Durant, call some Southeastern games, and thoroughly enjoyed it. So hello to everybody out there, those Savage Storm fans. This one has been a fun one so far because we've got some drama building. 15-11.
That set was just a little bit high. Baker just grazed it going across, and it was touched by Costain, so that's the 4 hits. It's Harding's ball.
What's interesting about Harding, Joey, the #1 team, and again, as you said earlier, tied with Ouachita, but when you look down the list of first and second team All-GAC players, just one. Zoe Harden, of course, player of the year, but no second teamers for Harding. They do have a couple on the honorable mention list. And you just wonder if it's just all about Zoe Harden, or if the other players just kind of do their role to where they don't stand out to be an extreme player, but as a team they come together and have a 21-win season.
I think it's a combination of the two, and that's what you're going to get with a Harding team year in and year out. You're going to get a team that plays as a team.
Ariana Baker with the kill. It was deflected off of the block, and so the serve is coming from Caitlin Cosby. Abby Jamison was a second-team All-GAC selection for Southeastern, and as was Julia Benford. Those were their selections that were announced prior to the start of the tournament. It's a 6-point Harding lead here in the second set at 18-12. As the libero Taylor Lake will serve, goes to Cavalcante, and now Benson sets Costain right back to her. Costain can't get that one back on the other side of the antenna.
You were talking about two conference mention, not forget the Crafton Tall Distinguished Scholars, and Southeastern has a pair of those in Alyssa Benson and Brittany Owens. Owens, one of the 6 seniors for Southeastern, Benson a junior.
Benson over to Cosby, and now Jamison almost got that one past Trevino, and that's going to be a point for Harding. Southeastern doesn't like it.
Yeah, Coach Berry's going to challenge that. So we'll get a chance to look at this here. Once again, an opportunity for this new challenge rule. So we're going to see the replay here in just a moment. And the official is going to see if the ball hit the line. That's not going to be an angle that gives it to us right there. If any part of the ball touches that line, it's ruled in. So it can be just enough to graze it if that's all it was there.
The Harding players immediately threw their hands up in the air to say that it was out. This will give us a little bit better look.
See it right here.
Again, you only get 3 challenges per match. This is the second used by Coach Berry, so still a long way to go in this one. In just the second set, she'll have only 1 challenge left. There's no opportunity to reuse them like in the NFL. If you get 2 right, you're awarded 1 more.
This may be a better opportunity, and there may be a fraction of an inch that call is right. And the official does say so, confirmed. There was enough blue in between the ball and that white line that the official could make that call. Good job again by the
That's right.
camera operators here, part of the crew, GAC Sports Network. Also the replay booth as well. Doing a great job back there in the truck.
Tamara Brown in charge of the replays. So it makes it 20-12 Harding. And Smith will set Clayton. Dig by Costain. And now Jamison. Long way to go for Glossop. She's there for it. Hard swing across the middle. What a dig. That's Cosby.
So it's a double hit. Well, Cosby's been a nice addition to this Southeastern team. Freshman coming in, getting some all-conference recognition as well this season. That should be a carry.
That's it. Yep. Julia Benford just basically picked that volleyball up and threw it across. And now Harding well in control of set 2, leading 22-12. Again, just like they did when they played during the regular season. The difference is they were able to win that first set at home. They lost this first set here. That right there, a big play for Harding. Is that one just?
Yeah, Jamison.
Yeah, what could she do?
Well, she thought about it and said, I'm going to let it go. And then as soon as it went by, I think even before it hit the court, she knew.
Benson sets Jamison. She's not going to get the kill. Thought she had it for a moment. Benson back to Jamison, and that one is blocked. Sarah Smith, number 3, and Emily Clayton, number 5. Both of those 2 players, all GAC selections this year, and rightfully so. It's set point for Harding at 24-12. Lake the serve. Jamison across. And now Glossop to Clayton. Benson the dig. Costain off the block, Southeastern with the point.
Costain likes to come in from well outside of the line over there as an outside. That's an interesting angle.
It's still set point for Harding. Benson has to get this one over, she does. And Harding down the line there off of Cosby. It was Sarah Smith with the kill, and Harding takes set 2. 25-13 in the second set. Southeastern took the first set 25-18, and so we are heading to that all-important third set. But before we do that, Paul Smith is standing by. Take it away, Paul.
Well, thank you, Michael. I'm here again with Coach Danny Prescott of the victorious Ouachita Tigers volleyball team. And, Coach, you know, I would accuse you of being paid by the set, but I know those things just kind of take years off your life. Another exciting match for you guys.
Hey, got to give all the credit in the world to UAM. They came out and battled for every single point. They played great. We came up with some key plays at key moments and then had a couple of bounces go away at the very end.
Well, again, I think battle's a very appropriate word because that was such a back-and-forth match. And really, in just about every set except for maybe the second, 26 tie scores, 9 lead changes. It seemed to be a lot of thought going in just for each point.
Well, I kind of laugh about it. Everybody thinks that we make all these smart decisions, and there are times you just let them play and hope for the best. But it was a game that could have gone either way at any given moment, so proud of them.
Tabitha Huckabee with an incredible match. Caitlin Cantrell, Corey Bullard with some great kill numbers, but Stormy Leonard, setter of the year, 60 sets. She's been so important to this team.
No question about it. She's a kid that you get to sit back and go, hey, this is what we want to try to do today, go get it done. She does a great job of really dictating the flow of our game and what we really want to do. She is a great kid and great setter.
One of the things that really struck me about looking at the numbers was your offensive efficiency. You know, positive every set, finishing up at, well, 367 in the second set, but 306 in the final set. It seemed like just the entire match when the offense needed a point, you guys got it.
We did. We've got Tabitha Huckabee, our right side, that today she came up with 8 or 9 just crucial moment plays. But again, I kind of have to attribute a lot of that to Stormy's ability to move the ball and keep everybody engaged.
Now, the road doesn't get any easier. You've got Southern Nazarene tomorrow, a team that's made it to the championship game in the past. I think that it's fair to say we're going to expect to see some high-level volleyball tomorrow.
Well, I hope so. I know that they've got great senior leadership, and they've got a great libero. Their setter moves the ball extremely well, so I'm hoping it's going to be one of those matchups where you see similar style play on both sides of the net.
Well, the people in the truck have wanted me to ask you, what are you and Coach Ingram talking about over there?
We were actually talking about the volleyball match that was going on. No, he and I are good friends, so we get to just sit back and visit about life, so it's kind of a fun thing to do.
It seems to be a great opportunity to do that at this tournament. You got 8 teams, a lot of people who don't get to see each other that often during the year, so you do get to have those conversations and make those connections.
That's right, and a great group of coaches that we get to coach against and with, and I think we could all sit down and talk. Once we get past the heat of the moment, I think we're all pretty good friends with each other. So.
Excellent. Well, we're going to set it back to the booth. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Michael, Joey, back to you.
Well, Paul, I was hoping that Danny was going to tell us maybe like where he was going to eat later. I don't know, maybe trying to give some tips to Coach Ingram on a place to eat over in this area. Danny Prescott, the head coach of Ouachita, his team from Arkadelphia, the closest team to Hot Springs. And they'll go back over and enjoy that conversation, I guess. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams. We're in this third set, and this is going to be a fun one here. You know, that second set was just purely dominated by Harding throughout, 25-13. But the first set, you could say that was really dominated by Southeastern. They won 25-18. And so it's just the 16th time, make it 17th time now that we've had a 1-1 tie going into that third set. And we are underway in the third set. Harding again in the white uniforms, and Southeastern is in the black. First point will belong to Southeastern.
You know, Michael, I've wondered this, and I think I would like to ask Coach Prescott or Coach Ingram or maybe one of these coaches, not either of the two that are playing right now. But
I think they're watching us right now maybe over there,
okay,
so go ahead and
that's
ask.
Quite possible. I would ask them then, in a set like that last one, where Harding, starting to really take the momentum, we saw up to one point, 22-12.
Right.
And then you feel like it's likely going to be a Harding set, likely going to go to set 3, tied 1 apiece. Do you just want to get through the set?
Yeah.
Get it out of your system, get it done. Okay, that's fine. What does it matter if we lose the set 25-12 or 25-16?
Right.
So I've wondered about that. I'd love to get an answer.
Well, I would think that there are some of those times where you just say, okay, it's time to move on. Look for the next one. Vincent sets Cavalcante, stopped at the net. It's Zoe Hardin. Glossop there as well. Also seeing Taylor Mounts on the court. Little blocker for Harding. Mounts, a junior from Clovis, California.
I was just going to say, and that one pushed through. Baker gets the kill right there. Numbers from after the second set, Hardin with 3 block assists, Sarah Smith and Emily Clayton each with 3 block assists after 2 sets for Harding. They have 12 on the evening.
Harding more than doubled that hitting percentage from the first set to the second. And they hit just 114 in the first frame and upping it to 250 the second time around. As they start to fire a little bit, but Southeastern right there. And it rolls off the block and down for the Savage Storm point, and they lead 4-2.
Hardin, a strong defender, but it's tough to go up against Jamison, especially, and she hits from behind the attack line often. When she's close like that, it comes through strong.
3-ball at the net, placed perfectly by Baker. Ariana Baker makes it 5-2 Savage Storm. That's an early Christmas gift right there, one like that. Well, we haven't made it to Thanksgiving yet, so definitely early. Benson, a low set. I don't know if that was quite where it needed to be. Glossop will go cross to Mounts. Costain does her part to track it down, but that's just too much. Too much to ask for out of that one. Good job by Harding, and they get the point.
Well, and Michael, then just to follow up on the question I had a moment ago, Southeastern's come out strong here in the third set. You get that last set out of your system, you want to get it done and over with. Still wouldn't mind hearing that answer from one of those guys. I'm going to ask him later
might get
on.
the opportunity
I'd like to get the chance to ask him.
Clayton and Nolan back in for Harding. Nolan is serving. Hits it to the libero, Cosby. In the middle that time, once again, Baker. Ariana Baker, and now she's replaced by Julia Binford. 6-3 Southeastern. Hardin has one sent back to her. Abby Jamison, a hard swing. Great dig by Trevino. Now Clayton has to hit it across. And she does so. It ends up next to Binford. Jamison will try to drop it in, and she does just that. Over the outstretched arms of Hardin.
Similar zones on defense between these two. Both preparing to watch the lines as closely as possible.
Glossop to Hardin. A perfect set there from Abigail Glossop. Allowed Hardin an easy play. Now that's one thing that Coach Prescott just mentioned. He had to give credit to his setter, Stormy Leonard, for making sure everything was in line the way it's supposed to be on offense. Service ace for Hardin. I guess she does it all, right?
I think so.
11 service aces during the regular season. It's a 7-5 Southeastern advantage. Costain goes cross court. Jamison has to bump it over. Glossop to Clayton, down and in for the kill. Harding is within one. Back to a 2-point lead for Southeastern. That was Julia Binford. Binford. Big swing, and it makes it 8-6.
I'll tell you, one of the reasons that Harding is able to get the points that they do, and Clayton, again, my goodness. She's just in a rhythm, and it's tough for this Southeastern defense to keep taking that over and over again. Now, she's not going to be up there hitting percentage-wise. She's going to get her share of attacks, but that's what I wanted to lead to, though. I mean, you have 3 of the top 4 hitters in the conference, percentage-wise, right over here in white jerseys tonight.
That's right. Sarah Smith, second in the league at 331. Hardin first, 351.
Emma Reeves as well.
Yeah.
Reeves at 304.
Cavalcante ends up on press row, opposite side of us. Harding has the point. They have this tied at 8. Abigail Glossop to serve. Goes to Cavalcante. Benson will set. Costain. Big by the libero. It's Lake. Glossop a low pass, but Smith made it work. Sarah Smith reaching back behind her to finish that play.
You see on the replay right here. Wait for it to come in. That's great body control.
Serve from Glossop again to Cavalcante. Now they'll set Benford. Lake out of nowhere for the dig. And that one is off of Southeastern. A point for Harding. They have taken the advantage to 2 points now. After Southeastern had a 7-3 lead.
Nice little run right now.
Glossop setting Reeves right back to her. Southeastern's Brittany Owens. That's down for the kill.
I think one of the things right now for Harding is realizing and recognizing, hey, you have to, at some point, you have to play like the #1 seed.
That was Clayton again a moment ago.
You have to play like the #1 seed. You can't let an 8 seed stick around. The longer Southeastern sticks around, the more opportunity that the Savage Storm team has a chance to win. And seriously, how close was this in this previous match? In 7-seed Monticello just go ahead and taking it all the way to the house.
Well, that was a fun one, too.
Oh, my.
I liked Paul's line to Coach Prescott asking if he got paid by the set, because Ouachitá's been involved in a lot of those long, fun matches, at least from our vantage point, maybe not so much for him. They eventually won 15-13 in that 5th set. There is Alex Nolan able to get one right in between two diving Southeastern players, Cavalcante and Cosby, colliding with one another.
A little slow getting up there. But there's that gap in the zone, and Harding's been able to find that a few times here in this 3rd set.
And we have a timeout called by Southeastern here. Harding has the lead 12-9 here in the 3rd set. We're back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Twelve to 9, Harding with the lead on Southeastern in our 3rd set. Harding ran away with set 2, 25-13, after the Savage Storm took the first one, 25-18. A little delayed getting back to play. Madison Poon will have the serve here in just a moment. She is a sophomore from Lafayette, Louisiana. How do you say it, Joey?
I try not to.
And you don't want to say it wrong right now.
No, you don't want to. No, I would have said Lafayette.
That's what I go with. I know a few other people who say it the other way. I don't know. We may have to find out.
Drive through there pretty soon on vacation. So.
Well, there you go. Stop and ask.
I'll ask.
Good play at the net that time from the front line for Harding. And Benford all the way from the back row. Cross court to Mounts, Taylor Mounts. It's Benford again on the back. Benson and Baker up front. Long point developing. Wow, that will be a point for Harding. I thought Southeastern might keep it alive for just a second. The kill for Madison Poon. Well, you have already documented it, Joey, that Southeastern entering the tournament for the 2nd consecutive year as the 8th seed. Brianna Berry trying to build this team. They are actually the only 8th seed who has ever won a set in the opening round. And they did it last year against Arkansas Tech. Now, they lost 3-1. But in the previous years, it was 3-0 in the 1-8 matchups. And that goes back to your discussion on how the league is getting tougher.
It really is.
May only be one set, but it's progress for those bottom teams, or lower seeded teams.
Well, and it still may happen tonight, but at some point, this is not like the 16 seed in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. At some point, an 8 seed will win a match in the GAC tournament. And Southeastern making a play tonight.
Bianca Trevino, the serve for Harding. Somehow Cavalcante was able to get that up high enough for her teammate to get it over. And they're able to do so there on the 3rd hit. Glossop takes it herself. Talk about a dual threat, because you saw Zoe Harden coming in strong at the net. She would have probably put that one away.
And I think she called it. I think she asked for her to go over. She saw what was there in the middle, and I think that was an audible on Harden's part.
That's That's a strong swing off the right side from Cavalcante, but Harding was prepared for it. Now Taylor mounts. Benson the dig.
Another pancake dig that time.
Cosby sets her teammate, and that is Cavalcante hammering one home, making it 15-12. Karini Cavalcante the serve. Glossop across to Taylor Mounts, and she hits it out. Mounts doesn't quite believe it. Her teammates aren't certain either.
I don't think anyone in a white jersey believed that.
Well, Southeastern's back to within 2 here, Joey. And now it's 1 on the service ace. Past a diving Taylor Lake. Harding fans must be holding their breath right now.
That'll help them breathe a little bit easier.
Yeah, Zoe Hardin. She records the kill. Now Hardin only with 4 kills, no errors. In 12 attack attempts, hitting .333. The defense has been there for Southeastern to dig those attacks out.
Really, that's been the biggest thing when you say that, and then there's a service ace like that. Nolan
gives Harding a 3-point lead, 17-14.
Yeah, second service ace of the evening, but you're right. It's been the Southeastern defense that's the story so far.
There's a block at the net.
And you know
Clayton
what?
and Hardin.
Hardin is saying we can play some defense as well.
Yep, absolutely.
GAC Defender of the Year.
Harding averaging 2.4 blocks per set. Serve goes to Costain. Benson will set Baker in the middle, right back to him. Free ball at the net, and that's down for a point. Glossop again, stayed with it. And now you're starting to see some smiles from the Harding side. They have a 5-point lead at 19-14. You never know, too, Joey, how teams are going to react to an off start time. Because, you know, they had the delay from the game before. Normally a 6 or 7 o'clock start is when you're going to play your Thursday night games, your Friday night games, and, you know, Saturdays, maybe you get an afternoon in there. So you just, sometimes it throws off your rhythm. And well, Harding's started to wake up, though.
I think so. This one tentatively scheduled, at least according to the bracket, at 5. A little bit later start time than that.
Hardin was stopped the first time, not to be denied the second time.
And it's a 6-point run now for the Bisons.
At a crucial point in the set. 21-14 the lead in the third set.
And Alex Nolan really got this going with that service ace.
Benson and Baker at the net. Oh, what happened there? It was all over the place. 4 hits against Harding.
Well, it looked like they just stopped playing. Trevino, great job to keep that ball alive.
Glossop cross court. Clayton, Emily Clayton. She's been impressive in this one. 2-time player of the week. Both on the offensive side. In week 6, she was co-offensive player of the week. Recorded 26 kills in 2 matches. And then in week 9 against Ouachita, she hit .455 in Harding's 3-0 sweep of Ouachita. It's 22-15 now. Glossop can go cross court to Clayton. Right back to her. Benson in the middle to Benford. Back to Clayton. And there's a point for Abby Jamison in Southeastern.
Now you just keep talking about what Clayton's doing. And on the evening now, 9 of 24, 3 errors, hitting .250, a couple of digs, 4 blocks.
Yes, that's key. It's an all-around great match from her. It's not just one category. 23-16, Harding's 2 points away from taking a 2-1 lead.
Well, you can't go on without saying too much about the person serving right now, and that's Glossop. 29 assists on the evening. Make it 30, actually. Score just updated, 30 assists on the evening.
All time in GAC tournament history, the team that wins set 3 when they're tied 1 apiece is 13-3 overall in the 16 previous matches.
And that includes one tonight
right.
already.
Strong windup there a moment ago from Emma Reeves, but Southeastern's defense was there. Now Benford, Harding able to track it down. It'll be up to Nolan. She hits it across. Benson back to Benford, not that time. Benford had it laid up there perfectly for her, and what a great play that was.
I think you see the quick set from Southeastern probably as much or more than anyone else in the tournament, and Benson does it beautifully.
Now Christy Carter serving. Opportunity for Southeastern. Cavalcante takes advantage of it.
Talked about the 30 assists from Abigail Glossop. How about 38 assists from Alyssa Benson?
She's played well. Alyssa Benson, a junior from Edmond, Oklahoma. And a point for Harding, making it 24-18 and set point. Madison Poon is in to serve. Southeastern playing 4 back on the back row. That one's picked up by Cavalcante. Now Benford in the middle. A dig from the back row for Harding. And set point as Benford sets it up for Jamison. There's another strong dig from Poon. And now on the left side, Taylor mounts, and it is down for the point. Set point for Harding. 25-18, Harding leads 2-1 against Southeastern. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes on the GAC Sports Network.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford. So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student-athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Between Harding and Southeastern, and what has been a fun one so far. Southeastern took the first set 25-18. Harding has come back to win the next 2 by the scores of 25-13 and 25-18. Once again, Southeastern starts with that first point. The 2 sides have switched sides now, and so Southeastern in the black uniforms and Harding in the white uniforms. It's 2-0 with Alyssa Benson serving. Well, a .452 hitting percentage by Harding in that third set. That has to stick out to you as a big factor in the victory for Harding in that third set.
Oh, no question. I mean, you know, Southeastern hit 273 in the third set. That equaled what they hit in the first set. That one was a win. But it's tough to go up against a team that's hitting .452 as well as Southeastern was. It was just that much better for Harding, and it's been all around. It has been all around. Glossop 6 kills on 8 attacks. Oh, and by the way, the 32 assists too. She's had a fantastic night for Harding.
Taylor Mounts hitting it long a moment ago. Southeastern on top 3-0. And Zoe Hardin tries to change that, but Cavalcante with the dig. Now a strong swing from Jamison. Harding's Glossop sends to Madison Poon, and she has a kill from the back row. Harding's on the board here in the 4th set.
Now, finally.
Yeah.
No surprise, though. Southeastern gets out early. Harding staying with this top seed here with 21 wins on the year, 12-4 in conference play.
Bianca Trevino with the serve for Harding. Jamison at the net. Free ball at the net will be played by Joey. How about that? Good catch, by the way. I'm glad Alyssa Benson did not run you over.
Glad she didn't.
It would not have been pretty for you. Or me.
You'd have a new broadcast partner.
See who ends up with that point there. That'll be Harding, so it's 3-2, and now it's 3-3.
You know, one of the things that does stand out really quickly to me is that there are 3 players for Harding in double digits in digs. And I talked about Southeastern defense and how big that's been, at least in the early going. That reflected what Harding's doing. Taylor Lake with 16 digs after 3 sets. Alex Nolan with 13, and Bianca Trevino with 11.
That went off the block a moment ago against off of Harding, so a point for Southeastern. Harding with another kill, and they now have this thing tied at 4 apiece. Substitutions, Alex Nolan in to serve for Harding. Nolan was the Week 10 Defensive Player of the Week in wins against SAU and Henderson State. Clayton eases that one across. And now Baker hits it long.
Well, and don't forget, Michael, it was Nolan in that third set whose service ace started a 6-point run for Harding. And they went from down 3 to up 3 and never looked back.
Well, let's see if one starts again here. Another challenge here from Coach Brianna Berry. It's her third and last challenge.
And it's touched
Seeing
ball.
if she touched it, yep. So they will get that sorted out. Looking to see if the player touched the net for Harding. Five to 4 right now on the scoreboard. Harding with the lead in the fourth set as we sort out the challenge. Harding has not had to use a challenge at this point. So the referee checking the video to see if indeed there was a violation there.
Now taking a look now here at Southeastern and Harding in this fourth set. Just some quick look at some numbers for you, Michael. Fairly even all the way across. It's not often you look and see both teams hitting 0. Southeastern, one kill, 1 error on 6 attacks. They hit 0. Harding, 3 kills, 3 errors on 12 attacks. They're hitting 0. Just reset the whole set.
Yeah, might as well. Well, play was confirmed there, and the call was right by the official. So it's 5 to 4, Harding with the lead. Again, it's a key spot in this contest, as that one from Emily Clayton goes long. Julia Benford is coming back in for Southeastern. That makes it 5 to 5, and it means that Alex Nolan will no longer be serving for Harding, so they won't be able to quite go on that run like they did last time. Caitlin Cosby, the libero for Southeastern, serving.
That one went back over the net, but out of bounds. So credit Harding with another kill.
So Harding with the lead 6-5. And they will set Clayton again. That one is blocked. Julia Binford, Abby Jamison, both at the net. We are tied at 6. Jamison will go back to serve for the Savage Storm. And her serve goes to Nolan. Strong swing by Sarah Smith. Jamison from the back line. Diving effort, Jamison, and that is not going to quite work out for him. 4 hits for Southeastern. Emma Reeves back in for the Harding Lady Bisons. 7 to 6, Harding on top, up 2 sets to 1. Big time swing that time from Costain. Benson back to Jamison, and she has the kill from the back row. Abby Jamison.
It's something I was talking about, how much Harding has gone to Clayton. How about the offensive effort from Jamison, her 39th attack?
Well, they've gone to her all year long, as you know, 3.38 kills per set and 331 total at the end of the regular season. Harding now leading 8-7, and the subs coming in. Taylor Mounts returns. Madison Poon to serve. Alex Nolan back to the bench. Benson to Cavalcante. That is off of the block, off of Harding. Point for Southeastern.
You know, things are changing here in the conference and the way things work out. As we've been mentioning the parity in the league. In the first 4 years of the GAC conference tournament, the team that won the first set pretty much took it on in the house.
Yep.
25-3 for teams winning the first set. That's changed in the last 2 seasons. The team that won the first set is just 4-5 coming in and through today so far. And Southeastern won the first set. They're trailing right now.
Julia Bent for back-to-back service aces. A block that hits the line. Oh, listen, it was out. We have not the best angle from
No, we
right
don't.
here.
I agree with you. It looked like it hit the line, but the official obviously with a better angle.
Now 10-9. With those two aces from Benford, able to give Southeastern the lead. That serve goes to Baker. Our up ref ends up getting hit. And it was out.
It was out, yes. No question at that point.
Alyssa Benson serving. Cosby sets to Cavalcante. It's back on the Southeastern side. Cavalcante again. Yes. Could not have placed it any better in that back corner. 3-point Southeastern lead in the fourth set. Benson across. That one I think was headed out. Mounts went for it anyways. When it's close, you got to go for it.
I think so.
Cavalcante from almost outside the orange. And the left-hander that time, Emma Reeves from that right side, able to drop that one in for the kill.
You're gonna find that periodically with that perimeter D. It's just there's the gap there, and it's tough to fill all the spots at once.
Benson setting Baker, got it. Boy, Baker just hanging in the air, waiting for the ball to find her. Perfectly placed, and she timed it as well. 13-10 Southeastern. Serve from Cavalcante. Wow, a service ace. She had the libero Taylor Lake backpedaling the whole way. And Coach Meredith Fear and Harding are taking a timeout. And we'll step away as well. It's 14-10. Southeastern leads here in the fourth set, trailing 2-1 on the GAC Sports Network.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
So, can I see you again?
I'm free on Black Forest Ham Day.
There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day.
Every day a different 356-inch sub. Every day of the week. Every sub contains no artificial flavors. At just $3.50, it's a great sub at a great price.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on Sweet
Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day.
The 350 sub of the day. Every day of the week at Subway.
It's 14-10. Southeastern leads Harding in the fourth set. But Harding leads the match right now 2-1. Regardless of who comes up with a win in this one, at least you've had an entertaining volleyball match to this point. And Harding could still come back here and win this thing in 4. You just never know. But the way Southeastern has played has been great to see out of an 8 seed. You know, if you're Harding's opponent, whoever that might be, tomorrow, if they do win, you're probably sitting over there going, don't wake the beast, you know? 15-10 now. And Brianna Berry is jumping up and down with her team on the sidelines. Every point is important right now. Jamison, too strong. A point back to Harding, making it 15-11. Nolan is coming back into the game for the Lady Bisons. So they have Glossop along with Hardin and Clayton on the floor. Nolan will be serving. And they have Lake out there as well. Jamison, Benson, Baker on the floor for Southeastern. Baker has that blocked. Zoe Harden.
She times it well, knows the court. Really brings an impressive aspect to her game.
Nolan served to the back row to Costain. Costain able to get that one to go off of Harding for the point.
Michael, Southeastern and Harding have met 18 times prior to tonight.
Okay.
Harding's won 17.
Wow.
Southeastern trying to see if they can get that second win. Only time Southeastern has won against Harding was back in 2014. Won 3-1. And that one was at not Paul Laird Field. It was in Bloomer Sullivan Gymnasium. Could have been close to Paul Laird Field.
But which Bloomer Sullivan Gymnasium?
Okay,
right, okay. All right, clarify that for the ones who know. I was testing you.
Yes. At Southeastern, there's more than one facility named for the great Bloomer Sullivan, former basketball coach at Southeastern. The original gym and the new facility, the arena, is also named for Bloomer Sullivan.
Well, Benford caught a break there just a moment ago. That one was going well out of bounds. And that one is in for Abby Jamison. Well, she has been impressive. She's going to go back and serve now. Her team's up by 4. Look at this one more time. Cross court. Splits 2 on the back row and keeps it in. She can't come up with that one, though, and Harding has the point. Sarah Smith with the kill.
Makes it easier when not all your facilities know her name. You know, you've got Reeves Fieldhouse, Rhodes Reeds,
right,
or different places like that. When you have more than one facility named the same name, it's tough to keep up with.
Costain will get credit for the kill. Again, there was Alex Nolan reaching out, trying to make a play from the back row and deflected off of her. And those are those in-between tough ones. I don't know what you would do there. She felt like she had to go for it. Serve from Carter. Good play at the net. Benford along with Cavalcante. And now Benford has a chance. She'll go with the offhand. And that one is into the net for Emily Clayton. She was out of sync running to the net, and the set wasn't there for her. Another timeout taken by Harding. Well, Southeastern at 19-14 has the advantage here in the 4th set, trailing 2-1. We're back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
College is my time to find myself and start my future. That's why I chose SWASU. Going up.
15 national.
And we're still live here at Bank of the Ozarks Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams. Paul Smith roaming the sidelines. I think he's getting that bracketology ready for us. I'm sure he'll have a regional report for us tomorrow. If not by the end of the night, I've put some pressure on him now to come up with some hard-hitting news for us. After the start of the broadcast.
Now, the conference tournament action going on. MIAA conference taking place this week. And Northern Sun, I'm not sure about that.
Maybe we need a GAC basketball update. You know, I'm trying to put the guy to work over here. There's a lot of that happening
There's
tonight.
a lot of that happening as well. Conference play, that's the thing. The school's basketball teams have open play, got that going last week. It's conference play now that starts. Here we are, November 17th, GAC basketball already in action.
That's right, we are 1 week away from Thanksgiving. 19-14, Southeastern leads Harding in the 4th set. Lady Bisons with a 2-1 lead. It's the 2016 GAC Volleyball Tournament Championship presented by Subway. This is our 3rd quarterfinal game of the day. We have one more still to come. And Carter with the serve for Southeastern. Sarah Smith with the kill.
Found a way to get that through those two defenders right up there, and no one on the line able to bring that up for Southeastern.
Madison Poon serving. Benson to Benford. That one stays up. Now Mounts, Taylor Mounts hitting it across. Benson again to Cavalcante. Blocked at the net.
Smith back over there again.
And also Emma Reeves.
Yes, Reeves.
You see Smith right now kind of being that leader on the floor. She's a senior from Aledo, Texas. Lake could not come up with that one, and it's 20-16 Southeastern.
Well, if there's one thing we're seeing from these lower seeded teams, nobody's impressed by a seed.
That's right. There's a great play that time. Baker. Ariana Baker deflecting it off the block and out off of Harding, making it 21-16. Serve goes back to the libero, Lake. And now Mounts will wind it up. It's on the antenna. Now they give the point to Harding, so it was off of the block there. The block then into the antenna.
Yes.
Misplay there from Cavalcante, and Harding has a little bit of momentum here now, 21-18. And it's Sarah Smith serving.
Now Cavalcante, who leads the Storm in service aces, and that time problems on the reception.
Yeah, collision between two teammates, down the line and out. But it was deflected, so Southeastern has the point.
A little bit of a delayed call there too.
I thought so.
You wanted drama.
Well, you got it here in this one. We are nearing the potential of a fifth set for the second consecutive match. And a service ace makes it 23-18 Southeastern on the Benson play. Alyssa Benson.
Well, Michael, we've seen some pretty good pitches, World Series just recently, you know, Cubs, Indians. Lots of television watchers for that one. I'll tell you what, and Alyssa Benson's just the latest in a number of players this afternoon and this evening have just dropped the ball over the net. I mean, pitchers couldn't take that much off of it.
You're right. Bianca Trevino back in to serve for Harding. Her team down by 4, 23-19. Serve from the left-hander. This will be up to Abby Jamison to hit it across. It's right back to her from Zoe Hardin. And that will be finished off that time by Baker. Ariana Baker moves it to set point for Southeastern at 24-19.
Costain will come back in now. Carter more of a service specialist, Costain, to hit the ball.
Cavalcante the serve. It knocks down Madison Poon. Good diving effort from libero Cosby. Right back to Southeastern. Hardin sending it across. Good job that time of Costain. Benson right back to Costain. And a great dig by Poon. That one is down and in for the point. And it was Alex Nolan.
Just stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. That's what Harding did, just weathered the storm.
Second set point for Southeastern. At 24-20, off of the fingertips of Costain, not quite what she wanted. She'll have a chance on the kill attack, but a dig that time from Nolan. Harding has to get this over, they do. Taylor Lake. Now Benson, the back set to Jamison, rejected. Benson to Jamison again, and it's in! Abby Jamison sends this to a fifth set at 25-20. They take the fourth set, and Paul Smith is standing by with yet another one of the great coaches here in the Great American Conference. Take it away, Paul.
Well, thank you, Michael. I'm here with Josh Collins, head volleyball coach at Southwestern Oklahoma State University. And Coach, you got a big matchup ahead of you here in just a few minutes against an Arkansas Tech team coming in as the 4 seed. You know, what are your thoughts going into this game?
Well, you know, Arkansas Tech's extremely well coached, and I like Christy a lot. She's a great person, and she and I have a good relationship, you know, in this league. So we think a lot of Arkansas Tech, but we're excited to compete, and we're excited to be back here in Hot Springs in this beautiful arena, and I think that we'll come out ready to go.
It's been an interesting season this year. You had so many teams that were within striking distance of first place all the way through the year. How is that for you as a coach, just knowing that the teams have been so even?
I love it. You can't take a night off, and I think that is going to improve our league, and we'll just get better and better. So I'm excited that, you know, all of us are so close. It's just going to get better and better.
Well, we've had a 1-8 matchup and now a 2-7 matchup that are going to 5 sets. You know, I guess talk a little bit about that. I mean, are you thinking this one could very well go the distance as well?
I hope not. I hope that we get it taken care of early. But like I said, we know Arkansas Tech is a great team, and again, extremely well coached. So we're in it for the long haul. However long we need to be on that court, we're going to put our all out there and see what happens.
Well, Coach, you bring a team to this tournament that does know what it means to come in here and win the conference championship. Is that something that was kind of a common theme for you as you talked to the team to get them ready for this?
Yeah, we talked about, you know, we're the only team that has this many players who have the experience of 3 matches here. And we played 3 matches here last year, and I hope that we bring that with us today. And, you know, it's a new season. It's everybody's 0-0 right now, but we do have that experience to bring in with us.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the 5th set. This is the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational, safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
We are in the 5th set for the 2nd consecutive quarterfinal, and if there's one thing that I love about volleyball, Joey, is you would not ever know that Harding just lost that 4th set. They are fired up, ready to go. Smiles, excitement, high fives all the way around, and Southeastern's doing the same thing. They're both in a good spot right now. 2 apiece into the 5th set. They played a 15. Benson will try to take it upon herself to get the point. Defense was ready for it, however. Good job of Abby Jamison a couple of times here already in this first point.
Well, you think about what Jamison brings to the table, kills, and she's just as effective with the digs. Go ahead, Michael.
Southeastern with that first point.
You know, we talked earlier about the fact that Harding has played the 2nd lowest amount of sets this year behind just Southern Nazarene. The reason they get things taken care of, and so it's just a lot of 3-set matches. This is just the 4th time this year that Harding has gone to a 5th set.
Because of 16 3-0 match victories.
Exactly.
This year.
Well, Michael, when they go to the 5th set so far in 2016, 0-3.
Oh, wow. I'm going to venture to guess some of those were early on in the year. No?
All 3 GAC matches.
Wow. Well, 3 of their 4 losses, their losses were Arkansas Tech, Ouachita, Southwestern, and Tech again.
And, well, yeah, those were the 3.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Southeastern, this is the 7th time that the Storm has gone to a 5th set. They're 3-3.
That one was very close. Harding leads 2-1. Bianca Trevino will be serving for the Lady Bisons. I know some of you might be tuned in between basketball games right now. May have been with us the whole time. Either way, thanks for being here. It has been a fun one, and Harding has a 3-1 lead off the kill from Alex Nolan.
Well, you may be tuned in expecting to get ready to watch Southwestern Arkansas Tech in volleyball. That's going to be a little bit.
It's a little bit behind schedule because of these 5-set matches. That one is off the block, will belong to Southeastern. A kill for Karini Calvacante.
Costain coming back in. She was effective there at the very end of that last set for the Storm.
Calvacante now serving. That one just over the net. Nolan has to get it across. She does to the libero Cosby. Benson sets Jamison. Abby Jamison. We are tied at 3.
Glossop's playing all over the court for Harding, getting it done, but Jamison able to convert.
Serve goes to Lake at the net. Hardin winds one up. A strong swing from Zoe Hardin. And how about the day she's having? It seems like it's been a quiet one, but no errors. 24 attack attempts, and she's hitting .458.
Exactly.
Is that wrong to say that it sounds like it's been a quiet
No,
one?
it's exactly what I was thinking. And it's amazing that, you know, she's such a quality player that something like that just seems to be quiet. But you know, you've got the forceful play of Clayton. You've got Glossop again all over the court with 46 assists, by the way. Yeah, it seems quiet.
She's had some help around her. What a big one that is right there for Julia Benford. And Benford helps Southeastern regain the lead at 5-4. Cosby the serve. Harding had a little trouble with it. The help has come from Emily Clayton. She's had a great game. Benson to Benford. A dig by Lake. They cannot complete it to get it over though. Southeastern leads by 2. And Coach Meredith Fear takes a timeout. Only played a 15 here in the 5th set, and so every point is crucial at this point.
Both teams hitting well here, though, in this 5th set. I mean, you've got Harding. Harding is yet to have an error here in the 5th set so far. 4 kills on 7 attacks, hitting .571. Southeastern, 5 kills, no errors on 9 attacks, hitting .556. Michael, I mean, you throw in the previous match and now this one again in the 5th set. These teams are playing quality volleyball when it counts.
And keep in mind, we were coming into a tournament in its 6th season where we had never seen an 8 seed win 2 sets. We had only seen one 8 seed win 1 set, and that was Southeastern a season ago against Arkansas Tech. So they've now already surpassed that number by taking this on to the 5th set, but now that's not what they're going to want coming out of this, of course.
Not at this point.
It's still something to talk about. And they have taken the top seed to the brink of elimination. Six to 4. Southeastern with the lead, and Caitlin Cosby will have the serve. Had to have the horn first to signal play to resume. See where Cosby goes with this. Harding also has 4 back behind the line. We'll go to Clayton, and that's going to be a point for Harding. Cavalcante could not come up with it. 6 to 5. Harding trailing by 1.
Yeah, Cosby has an impressive 25 digs in this match so far. Couldn't dig that one out. It's a game high.
Serve from Hardin. Benson to Benford. Didn't get all of it.
No, that's just fingertips.
Costain. Back row dig that time. Nolan. Benson to Jamison. She's had the hot hand. A dig by Trevino. They'll set in the middle for Sarah Smith. And now Costain from the left side. Glossop cross court. Back to Harding. Smith in the middle. That's down for the point. A kill for Sarah Smith.
Smith's been very effective as well. She has just 1 error on the evening. And she's another player like Glossop. You just look around and there she is everywhere.
Harding out of the timeout, has the last 2 points. Benford, a dig by Hardin. Again, Clayton, a strong swing. And Costain, that one off the block and down for the point for Southeastern. Abby Jamison serving for the Savage Storm. They'll switch sides when one team gets to 8, but we are tied at 7. Off of a thunderous swing that time. Serve coming from Glossop. Costain to the back row to Nolan. Now Glossop again over to Emma Reeves. Sarah Smith got that last kill, by the way. And Southeastern has this one, and they lead 8-7.
You're starting to see a little fatigue from both these sides, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, and again, a little bit of delay from what the start time was supposed to be, but here in this 5th set, this is as tight as it gets at this point. I think one long rally might push it on through for the team that can get that point.
8-7, Southeastern with the lead on Harding. We are in the 5th set. The Savage Storm won the first set 25-18, and they also took set 4 by the score of 25-20. And there is a service ace from Emily Clayton, giving her team a 2-point advantage at 9-7.
Christy Carter.
Thank you.
Carter,
Yep.
yeah.
Wrong team, wrong 5. Right. Carter will serve again to Nolan or to Lake. This might be a chance for Southeastern to take a 3-point lead. That is off of the block and out. Southeastern does indeed lead 10-7.
And actually, you know, one of the talk about specialty players is you see a solid hit right now. Cavalcante. That's what Carter does. She's a serving specialist.
Carter hits it to Clayton. Now Sarah Smith tries to keep her team alive. Jamison able to track that one. Down and in for the point, Emma Reeves. 10-8. Southeastern leading by 2. Madison Poon is in to serve, replacing Clayton. They put the good server on the floor, but again, it takes Clayton out of the rotation for a moment. Good dig by Poon. Benford. Julia Benford. Oh my! Well, how about Benson?
That's exactly what I was going to say, Michael. Again, you don't see anyone in the conference do the quick set as well as what Benson does.
It's 11-8, Southeastern leading. That one deflected off of the Savage Storm. Cavalcante could not handle it. It's 11-9. Serve coming from Taylor Lake, but first we have a timeout. Southeastern leads by 2 in the 5th set. We're back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network. Taylor Lake serving for Harding. Her team trailing in the 5th set 11-9. Harding won 8 of their last 9 coming into the tournament. That one is off of the Harding block, and it is a point for the Savage Storm. Southeastern, the 8 seed. They didn't win every game at the end of the year, but they also played really well down the stretch.
Well, no, they didn't win every game, but they won 5 of the last 6, and that was the big deal. It's actually what got them in the tournament to begin with.
Harding tries to go to Zoe Harden, but the defense there. That one is also off of a Harding player. Abby Jamison gets the kill off of Lake. It's 13-9, and Harding takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here for this one. It's a 30-second break. Nope, it's the 90. We'll still stay here, though. 13-9. Wow, 2 points now for Southeastern. And I don't do quick math, you know that, but now we get to the point where you do sit there and you look at the numbers and go, okay, you just need 2 more. And that means Harding's got to get a lot more.
You need 2, and you need to keep your opponent from getting more than 4.
Yeah.
That's the quick math right there. You got to win this one by 2. Southeastern probably doesn't want this one to go into extras. You just need to get it taken care of through the storm. And really, that's been the thing for the entire. We talked about them winning 5 of their last 6, able to get wins all the way through, pretty much where they needed to stay in it. Got the win against Oklahoma Baptist to assure themselves a spot in the postseason, and then that final match against rival East Central. But you know what, Michael? They've done what they needed to tonight. They just stayed in it.
Well, we had Brianna Berry on in one of our earlier matchups as Benson will serve for Southeastern. Abigail Glossop will set Alex Nolan. Defense again, another dig. Dropping it in. No, it will be played by Harding. And a double hit called against Harding. And Coach Berry just had this reaction of, I don't know what to say whenever Paul asked her about playing Harding. She just took a deep breath, and now she's holding her breath. Her team has match point, 14-9. Benson will set Baker, and it's down for the win. Ariana Baker completes the victory for the 8th seed, 25-18 in the first set. They were also able to take the 4th set 25-20, and they win this one, Paul, 15-9. And for the first time ever, we have an 8 seed advance, Paul Smith.
Not only that, Michael, it is only the second time in GAC tournament history that a lower seed has won on day number 1. The last time being 2011 when Southern Arkansas won their opening round match as the number 6 seed. Prior to today, the number 8 seed had only taken 1 set in the 1-8 matchup. That was last year, Southeastern Oklahoma. Well, now the Savage Storm has made history today, becoming the first 8 seed to advance to the semifinals in the history of the GAC tournament. So Southeastern Oklahoma, they'll hang around and play at 6 o'clock tomorrow against the winner of our next match coming up in just a few minutes. It'll be Arkansas Tech and Southwestern Oklahoma State. One more great match here tonight. It's been a great one so far. We'll be back very soon. This is the GAC Sports Network.